on this BuMpY 50-point inspection. From Modestman Brewing out of Keene, New Hampshire, I have their New England IPA called The Sun Rises in the East. This comes in at 7% ABV. The tasting notes in this one says citra and Vic's secret hops, balanced intensity with ripe mango, bright pineapple, delicate spices. Or delicate spice, not spices. Not sure exactly how old this one is, but I'd say it's within a month or two. Let's go ahead and crack into this one and put it through this inspection. Looking at this head, it is tight, white bubbled. On camera it's coming off as kind of a straw, like potato look, but it actually is not really that color. It's got a bit of an orange hue to it. Not sure what would get the color better. Maybe that color right there. But yeah, it's darker than what it's coming off on camera anyways. It looks the part. It's got that hazy murky factor going. All right, let's go in for the full inspection now. So cheers. So for the appearance, I'm going to give this one the 6 out of 6. The aromas in this one, it's got this like pineapple dankness going on right up front. There's a hint of some mango in there following up that. A little bit of a citrus rindiness too. So kind of get the sense when you're kind of picking up on the rind that there's going to be a bit of bitterness possibly with this one. Out of the malt, just a little bit of like a wheat bready maltiness. Aromas are fairly nice. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. On the flavors, just going to go with the malt first, just to get it out of the way. It's a little bit of a wheat, slight breadiness, kind of like in the aromas. Coming out of the hops and everything, though, the pineapple was right up front. A bit of an under-ripened mango type flavor going in there, which then it goes. So you get the juicy type notes right up front, and then the bitterness does hit. And this one does have a fairly harsh, not harsh as in bad, but a fairly big bite of bitterness, I should say, to finish it off and just to carry on. This has a slight dank kind of pininess to it. Then it goes into that kind of earthy tone, spicy citrus rindiness that just carries on. Medium body, medium carbonation with this one. For the flavor score, I'm going to give it a 16 out of 19. A bit more bitter than kind of what I'd be looking for in a New England IPA. When I say a bit more, I mean it's probably a lot more bitter. Drinking better than when I had it extremely fresh. I think I had this thing like within a week or so of it being canned, and it just had a really bad hop bite to it. It was like chewing on hop pellets. So letting this one sit for a couple more weeks is definitely helped it out. It's given more of those flavor notes from the hops a chance to shine through versus just like chewing on hop pellets. So I'm glad I gave this one a second try and let it sit for a little bit. So do that if you do get the the sun rises in the east from Modestman. It's kind of like a Trillium type brew, where very fresh. It's going to be different, possibly disappointing, than if you actually give it some time. Don't age it like a stout or anything, but give it a few weeks to a month, and the flavors definitely turn around and come through nicely. So yeah, 16 out of 19 for the flavors. The body on this one, it's fine. Semi-smooth palate, and that's why I just went back in for that sip. I didn't know if I mentioned that or not. So semi-soft smoothness to it, with that medium body, medium carbonation. 5 out of 5 for the body. My overall on this one, like I said, the bitterness just a tad bit more, just a tad bit more than what I really appreciate in a New England IPA, but a 7 out of 10. It's still a nice IPA. Flavor, I mean, you definitely know you're drinking an IPA with this one, for sure. So for Modestman's The Sun Rises in the East New England IPA, it's going to get a BuMpY 43 out of 50, which is going to land this as a very good beer. So cheers everybody, and thank you all for watching.